Hi, I'm Pedro. Have you ever found yourself looking to capture that feel that the odd time signature can have but didn't quite get it? Or do you feel constrained by the 4/4? Well, in today's video I'll show you how to use a 4/4 time signature to mimic the feel of odd meters by rethinking rhythmic structures. Along the way, I'll also show you how to create jagged and unexpected syncopation for added complexity. If that sounds like a good ride to you, then let's go. While using a 4/4 meter, the key is to think in terms of note groupings that can extend beyond the usual measure length, like 9/8 notes. Of course, you can always work with 16th notes or quarter notes, it's just up to you. Just make sure to adjust the grid in your DAW accordingly, so it helps you to keep track of what you are doing in case you need this sort of assistance. I'm going to create the note groupings across a 4-bar phrase. Here's what that sounds like when applied to the harmonic rhythm of a chord. Noticed how you can already hear that odd time character? For this example, I used 8th note subdivision groupings and started out with doing a couple of 9/8 notes and then another couple of 7/8 notes to make up the 4 measures. You can now use the drums to further enhance this effect or make it more subtle. Here's a couple of examples. What you heard was the drum part following the start of each note subdivision grouping, or not following at all, and just keeping a straight 4/4 drum beat. It's a way of controlling rhythmic tension. Here's a mixed example. By letting the harmonic rhythm drive the feel, you can achieve that odd time meter vibe without leaving the 4/4. And here's an example of using this effect in the musical context I created. And of course, you can perfectly use smaller 8th note groupings like 3, 2, 4, 5. You can mix it up. A technique that is akin to this approach is by thinking in terms of mixed time signatures, which would be the effect you would get if you had chosen to use the quarter note groupings. This is achieved by simply thinking in terms of combining simple meters like 2, 3, or 4/4. For instance, here's a 3 plus 4 with a 3 plus 2 plus 2. So it's like a couple of 7/4 bars. Let's hear it. As you heard, you can also use the natural accents of the meters you choose to combine and create an overall more complex odd time signature feel, while using something more familiar. It all comes down to how you feel more comfortable with, or makes more sense to you while approaching the creation of this type of effect. Now let's talk about that syncopation technique to create jagged and unexpected rhythmic phrases. I'm going to use 16th note subdivisions, and then I will start displacing the notes by inserting silences in unexpected places. First, here's the 16th note pattern sequence we will be using. It's only a couple of bars, so that when we finish with inserting the silences, it takes up the 4 bars that we need. Now I'll start spreading the notes apart by inserting those said silences. You can use a pattern of some sort to insert rests, like for every 1.5 beats you insert a half note or quarter note rest. This is probably good to get you started, but ultimately, as you open up space between the notes and you hear how it's sounding like, you'll start making the necessary adjustments so it makes more musical sense. This jagged rhythm adds tension and unpredictability while still feeling grounded in the underlying 4/4 structure. And again, here's how it can sound in the context of the musical example I created. And now, the full musical example, so you can hear how all these things can be used in context. Of course, how it sounds, it depends on your personal style. So there you have it, a few ways to create the feel of odd time signatures without actually leaving the 4/4, along with ideas for unexpected syncopation. Try experimenting with these techniques in your own music to add unique rhythmic textures and grooves. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and if you have other ideas about using odd time feel in your music, please share in the comments and help the community. As always, make sure to check the links in the description for the Beyond Music Theory blog, private online lessons, online music courses, and the Beyond Music Theory book. Thanks for watching, and until next time.